St. Lucie County has roughly 900 employees serving the more than 380,000 residents that call this area home. Find out what they're up to next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. And on today's show, we're going to catch up with St. Lucie County Commission Chair Kathy Townsend to find out what's new in St. Lucie County government. But before we bring our guest, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners.
Visit St. Lucie, the county's tourism office, has partnered with area hotels and attractions to offer discounts to Treasure Coast residents. Check out visitstlucie.com/locals-only to see what discounts are available to create a staycation in your own backyard.
Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and X at St. Lucie GOV, so we hope you'll follow us there. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats.
St. Lucie County's tourism revenue decreased by 8.5% in May compared to the same time frame a year ago. Year-to-date collections are 13% lower than last fiscal year. However, figures are nearly 44% above the 2019 numbers, which industry experts believe was the last normal year for travel. Overall building activity in unincorporated St. Lucie County decreased by 13% in May, with 1,532 permits submitted compared to April's 1,776 permits. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in May was $400,000, 2.6% higher than it was a year ago, while condo values decreased by 2.3% with the median price at $298,000. St. Lucie County's unemployment rate has been holding steady for the past 6 months, with May coming in at 3.5%.
acres of nature
The
preserves.
amenities that we have
Yeah.
here, and we have a lot of wonderful
And
ones here.
so I look at it as you look at this St. Lucie County as a publicly traded company, right? Where you guys are the board that manage this company. Our county administrator is the chief, officer of that. The stockholders are the taxpayers who own land and pay, taxes. If the value of your property is worth more now than your stock is worth more, then we've done a good job of running
Right.
this business,
Correct.
So
Well, and there's rumors going out there too that the budget of the county has gone up 51% in the last 5 years. I'm being blamed for that, but that's okay.
even though you're one vote.
Even though I'm one vote out of 5. But if it's only gone up 10% a year, because if you take 5 years, people see 51%,
Sure.
they think, oh gosh, 51%.
Yeah.
But that's only 10% a year.
Yeah.
Okay, your private household budget has gone up more than 10% a year.
Yeah.
If you've had to go buy a car, okay, electric's more, cable's more,
Sure.
gas is more,
Insurance,
food
yeah.
is more, insurance is more. So my household's gone up more than 10% a year.
Yeah.
I mean, so if we have held and not brought in new employees and just tried to maintain the services that we have, which we can do better, I'm not saying we can't.
Sure.
And it's only raised 10%. It's raised 10% because we've had to keep our employees here. So we have given y'all raises, which you deserve that. Okay. So a 10% increase is not that much.
Yeah, and it's not just our budget. The county commission oversees budgets for the or not oversees, but allocates those
Right.
funds back to the constitutional, to sheriff, and
The
like you said,
judicial and
it's
stuff like that. So yes, we have a large budget. It's 800 million almost.
Yeah,
And there's a lot that's covered in that, And the other thing that people don't take into consideration, I just had this conversation yesterday. Why do I pay taxes in the county when I live in the city? Well, the county is the one that provides the larger main corridors of the infrastructure, the roads you travel. The county is the one that's going to provide the airport. We're the
Right.
one that anybody gets arrested, we take care of the jail.
Yeah.
We have the libraries.
yeah.
So the cities,
Mosquito control.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just
Yeah.
the libraries, the jail, the emergency operations center,
911. Yeah.
the 911 dispatchers, that's all out of our budget.
Mm-hmm.
And so the millage rate that we collect is to take care of all the services the county provides. The city doesn't provide it. And if you want those services to go into the city, then your millage rates are really going to climb because they have to raise the millage to provide all those services.
to hire the staff. Yeah,
And so
the
that's
infrastructure.
why we have to collect taxes. You're a city within the county, but we meet the bigger need.
And it's frustrating too. I've even seen residents recently. Well, 1/3 of our residents don't have kids in school, but we pay school tax. Well, when I'm in the nursing home, I want some of these generations to be able to read and write the script that they need. But,
It's not only that.
it's part of
when-
being a good citizen.
When my children were in school, I hadn't paid school board taxes.
Yeah.
When my children were born and started school. So the people prior to me are
They-
doing what I'm doing today.
Yep.
And you know what? I have grandchildren here. So I am paying to the school board in hopes that my grandchildren get a good education.
Absolutely.
And so I don't mind paying that school tax because I know that it's paying it forward because somebody paid it forward for my kids to go to school.
Absolutely.
And that's something that I think when you explain it to people, they're okay with it. They just don't understand.
And I know you're advocate of our Citizens Academy, and we have classes coming up again in October. And that's usually my ending argument on social media, right? Well, because it is confusing. Why can't you just use the tourism tax to pay for the roads? Well, because that fund can't be used for that. The gas tax can't be used to hire staff. There's a lot of strings attached to those.
That is the biggest thing I think that people don't understand. There's certain pots of money that can only go for certain things. And then if you get a grant, there's all kinds of strings that are
Matches,
attached
yep.
to the grants. And if they're a matched grant. And so like even people when they run for office, they say they're going to do this and do that. You can't do that. It's beyond your jurisdiction. And so it's okay that they say that. They don't know. And when they get in office, they learn, and that's okay. But the residents don't understand that there's a process.
Sure, yeah.
And so that's why I tell everybody to go to that. Our Citizens Academy is amazing. Nadaj and
Sydney, yeah.
Sydney do a wonderful job with that.
Yeah, Kelly
And
started it, but
and you really come out and you really learn a lot. I've heard a lot of people that have attended that that have said they wish they had an advanced class, they'd come back.
Yeah. No, we've talked
Yeah.
even about trying to make it a requirement to serve on advisory boards and committees, because I think it gives people a better understanding before they just get thrown into sitting on planning and zoning and thinking, well, just I'm going to change this. Well, you can't. You don't really have that,
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. Wow. Can I take credit for that one?
Yes, you
All
can.
right. Thank you. Well, let's talk. You also mentioned the homelessness here in St. Lucie County, and the county recently bought an old hotel motel on US 1 up near where 25th Street comes back into US 1, northern St. Lucie County, to make that a veterans nursing home. And we've gotten a lot of good media coverage on it. But one of the goals, and one of the things we've said too, is that we want to provide a comprehensive solution, not just give housing, right? Because
Yeah, so what happened was a couple years ago, we put together a task force, and I was that task force chair. And it was made up of really great people. It was made up of Career Source, a sheriff deputy that represented the sheriff's department that had been homeless himself, a judge, a school board member, a general lay person from the community, a county commissioner, and a city commissioner from Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce. And
the homeless committee on it, was Louise on it?
yes, Louise was on it
Yep.
from Treasure Coast Homeless. And so we put together a plan, and it was building. As they come in, they go through an exam and an intake, more or less, and then they are medically evaluated. And then when they go into the room, we were going to have New Horizons supply the mental services. And then the Hands Clinic, we were going to do a mobile unit that would come and they would service the homeless shelter, from the Hands Clinic. And then there would also be that education component, with the school system as well. And then Career Source was going to have a hand in trying to find them a job.
Perfect.
And we had talked about some banks coming in so that they could learn banking, or maybe if they get a job, they could start a banking account to work towards their finances, so that when they are ready to transition on, they would have their first license security.
Perfect.
And so when I first brought this up years ago, there was not leverage to do it, and it is expensive, right? So what happened was 2 years ago, maybe 3 now, gosh, time gets away from me. When we received American Rescue Fund money, Alfonso, who was the assistant deputy clerk at the time, he knew that I had really been championed to do this. And we had talked about the property on Edwards Road over by mosquito control and stuff
Yep,
like that.
I remember that. Yep.
Knowing that was going to be millions of dollars to get there,
Sure.
It was going to be a long time coming. And so the $1 million was the seed money to start to go towards the homeless, and we were going to try to figure out a path forward. And this year, the hotel was not providing wonderful services. It needed to be shut down. And so the conversation began with, why can't we start with just purchasing a hotel? And so that hotel was identified, and it was a great choice because it's out of town. It's up by the airport. It backs to our airport property. It was a hotel that needed to be shut down. And so we were very fortunate and blessed that we were able to negotiate, and we got it for what we had at the $1 million.
Sure.
And it's 4 acres.
Yeah.
So it didn't affect our budget because we didn't have to come up with anything to get there.
Sure.
So we have purchased the hotel, and they are over there handicap assessing it, making it ADA accessible. They're going to paint it because it's not the nicest color. And they're going to put, new window treatments and stuff like that.
Sure.
Then it's going to go out for a bid, an RFP. And people that are in nonprofits that have experience with the homeless will bid it. And then we will be giving them that shelter for a lease for a period of time. And then it's up to them to find out a way to be sustainable and make it work. With that said, though, currently the cities and the counties, one of the line items in our budget is we have to give towards the homeless. And so conversations happened when the governor signed the bill about the homeless not being able to be in public. And we were ahead of the curve. So we were already negotiating this deal. So when he signed that bill, we didn't have an issue with it because we were already in negotiations. We were already working forward and towards this. So the cities have to do something. Every municipality has to provide this. So luckily, the cities have joined us, and there's going to be an interlocal agreement, and they are going to contribute towards that shelter. So let's just say, hypothetically, I'm not saying this is going to happen. Say the Treasure Coast homeless is the person that we choose when the RFPs come in. They will be given the $1 million that would be given to them from the county and the 3 cities, because we have St. Lucie Village people forget about. So the 3 cities and the county will contribute $1 million a year towards that shelter. They will have that money to know that that's their base money, and what they can utilize that funds for matched grants. And they're going to have to do fundraising. And there's a lot of wonderful people in this county that really do care about the homeless, and they will want to volunteer. That they've said, please, I want to donate clothes, I want to donate food. So I know that it's going to be a community effort. The other thing that we're looking at doing is getting a modular home set up and letting a deputy live there for free, so that there will be security on the property. And I don't really know. It's going to depend on who gets it, but I have had conversations with Treasure Coast Homeless. And, there is a path forward that would be like the start, and then work towards buying something bigger. And this is not for them to come in and live permanently. No. This is a transitional facility. It is a path forward to get them, medically stable, mentally evaluated, on proper medication, a job, counseling,
training,
and training and stuff like that. Get them set up. There will be a bus stop there, and move them towards bringing them back into society. And so a couple of the realtors have reached out and have talked about possibly having like a substation there, like maybe if they did like a little tiny home there. It could be a stop that if a realtor is North County and they need to fax something or whatever, that could be a little satellite office for them. And if a realtor wanted to come and sit, they could. And a couple of the realtors have said that they actually want to work with the homeless to try to find housing for them, or even rentals when they want to move out. So even some of the realtors have approached me wanting to become involved. I've had really good, everybody is really, they're happy that it's happening.
I mean, I could see a lot of tie-ins there too, especially with real estate offices that have big rental pubs. They need people to help clean the rental, create job opportunities for some of these people, and working with Adolfo in our transit department to get them the transportation they need.
I think it's gonna go well. We'll vet the nonprofit that's going to get it, and we're going to make sure that they're financially secure and stable. They have to be. They're taking on a big project. But the face of homeless today is not what it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. With the economy doing what it's doing, I'm seeing more and more elderly people homeless. I'm seeing more and more single mothers homeless. And there's a gentleman I know that lost his job because he was taking care of his wife that was passing, and he chose to take off to stay with her during her last 3 weeks of her life, and he lost his job. And he got thrown out because he was behind on rent, because his job didn't take him back. And so him and his daughter live in their car. So, that's something that Graceway Village, I think, when they get their homeless shelter up, they're gonna be focused on mothers with children. So that will also help, and they're gonna do an amazing job.
And that's right there on Jenkins? Are you gonna do it at that property?
Hartman.
Hartman, thank you,
And Graceway Village is amazing. And they already serve the community with their
little mobile shower unit,
and their closets and stuff. So I'm excited for when they get their shelter open. They feed the homeless now out of their soup kitchen. And I know that they'll eventually raise the funds and they'll get there. So I think with this shelter and the path for the vision moving forward, and then if they get theirs where they can focus on single mothers and children, I'm not going to say we're going to fix it. You're never going to fix it. You're always going to have somebody that wants to remain homeless. They want to live off the grid, and I understand that. But I do think that we'll be able to get there at 90% of our homeless.
Nice. And then, so back to the budget issue, you mentioned the airport. We're close to, hopefully this month we'll have, or soon after, I know we're waiting for another final inspection from the FAA to get our commercial service, the Part 139 certification. And then Once what I've been told is once we get that certification, the airlines could come in pretty quickly.
Correct. And the other thing is once you get the Part 139 certification, if an airline wants to come here, you can't turn them away.
Really?
Yes.
What about all the airplane noise that I don't want near my house?
So we are in conversations with 2 airlines, and once that opens up and once an airline comes, the rest will come.
Yeah.
People are getting a little bit nervous about that. I don't see this becoming a Palm Beach or an Orlando International for many years out. Again, they talk about the infrastructure. We are ahead of the game. We already know where the overpass is going to come out to Johnston Road. Kings Highway is going to be all 4-laned all the way through from there to Midway Road. You know, there's an interchange to the Turnpike going in at Midway and Andrea Road. So the infrastructure is there. Transportation Planning Organization has been talking about it for years. And DOT has plans, and the Turnpike, Authority and everybody. So the roads will be ready before the airport traffic comes.
Yeah, and I think people don't realize the size of the airport. It's almost 4,000 acres. So the runway, it sits, I mean, I think you know this too. You could fit Miami and Lauderdale inside the boundaries that make up our airport. Curtis King, one of the early airport directors, longtime airport director, back when I was a reporter in the 90s, he was aggressive in getting the board to buy up a lot of that property when it was available.
And at the time, the board, they were okay with obtaining the land, but there wasn't enough votes to move it forward.
Sure.
And so it kind of sat stagnant for a very long time. The fair used to be out there.
I remember when I first moved down here. Yeah,
the fair was out there for many years. So this board, though, that has been a vision that we've all been aligned with for a long time now. Yeah. And past Commissioner Hutchinson was aligned with moving that forward. So it's the path that I think we're moving in.
And I think people would be surprised even now how many jobs are there at the airport. I mean, there's close to 4,000 jobs, I think.
There's a
lot. Weird, not weird, but just, there's paint companies there, things that you wouldn't think. Upholstery,
mechanics.
Maintenance and rehab, there's a lot of job opportunity.
The electronics.
I mean, technically, Alamorada is still within the airport footprint, even though they're not, they're right next door. But
yeah, well, whenever you do work on an airplane, it's very, very structurally.
Yes.
You can't. So if you're in upholstery for airline aeronautical, you can't upholster for anything else.
Yeah.
You can only do.
Very
it has to be FFA.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's a part of their guidelines.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of businesses out there, and every couple of months I find a new one that I didn't know existed. But there's also 200 more hangars. APP is built, and they have, I'd say almost all of them pretty well rented. They're not quite finished, but they've had a really good response with people wanting them.
Yeah, so the demand is certainly there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we also put up an RFP to let you come in. You can kind of decide what piece of property you want. You can build your own building and bring your business there, rather than taking the north part of the airport and making it another FBO, fixed base operator.
Yes.
We made it so that, because there was a lot of people wanting to come up from the south to bring their businesses up here. So we opened it up. It's been opened up for a couple of months now. A couple people have gone to EDC. I don't know that RFP is totally closed yet, but I know that EDC has brought a couple companies around that want to do something. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how many really take advantage of that.
Yeah. And then lastly, you mentioned director.
Director, Josh has built a very good relationship with them. And they have some challenges out there. The building is old, the roof leaks, stuff like that. So there's conversations, but their crew that comes in on these mega yachts expect the very best. And so they are in conversations with seeing if maybe they could build something that would supply a beauty shop and an esthetician and massage or whatever. And then people could come in and they could rent those spots, but the crew would let them know if they're good or not, And so that's a conversation that's going on, to provide the amenities for the crew staff when they're in, because right now they're having to travel and they're going south.
Yeah. And I know, there was projections about hundreds of jobs, and the pandemic slowed that down. That crane was being built in Italy that everyone sees. It took some time to get it here, but they're paying their rent. They're
are.
you know so
They're
we're
paying their
being
rent,
whole.
and boats are coming. Boats are in there, and
and eventually it'll build up, like you said, as they get more infrastructure in place there.
Yeah, they have to, I think, figure out what they want to do first. The building that they're in really needs to be tore down. So they're going to have to figure out where in there they want to build. And then once they build, take that building down and then build there. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
And eventually they want to move their headquarters here.
Nice.
Who knows if that'll happen,
Yeah.
but again, this is a long way out.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that they are doing boats. There are yachts in there, and they are doing boats. And there have been a couple small businesses pop up from this. And you know, the gentleman that owns Harbor Freight, his boat's been in here being refurbished.
And it's a long way from '97 when we first bought Harbor Point, and that was the plan to renovate the point, renovate the port. It's been many years ago, but we're now seeing.
Well, talking
that
about Harbor
moving forward.
Point, you know, we purchased some land right there, right on the other side, to obtain the drainage. We've done the land swap with the city, and we're doing the land swap with the Bell Sisters, so it'll all be squared off and be ours. Excuse me. And we are going to be putting in 4 new boat ramps.
Which is much needed. 'Cause you know the last time we opened a boat ramp in St. Lucie County?
Oh gosh, it had probably 30 years ago.
2005. 2006, I think. The Stan Blum boat ramp was the last boat ramp we opened in St. Lucie County.
Yeah, there's a lot of boating here.
I remember planning the ribbon cutting.
So we need the boat ramps, and I don't even think 4 is going to be enough. I think we're going to need more than that. So, but again, it's a start, right? And if we get those going, we do need to look for some land and some other places of where we can put more boat ramps in, because we do need more boat ramps.
Because that waterfront property, no one wants to give it up, or it's already a coastal mosquito impoundment, or you know.
So we have to be mindful, and we have to search for that, because we have a large boating population here.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have beautiful waters, and people like to fish and do wave runners and
direct access to the intercoastal ICW. So we get a lot. Not that I go to Sailfish all the time, but sometimes I'm in there and I listen to some of the people that are staying at the marina. They're doing the intercoastal waterway and staying.
And Little Jim's done a great job. You know, the new owners of that, fixing that up. They've turned it into a destination. Really, it's really nice.
Featured in a Jake Owen music video.
Yeah, so they've cleaned that up, and they're going to do more, I'm sure, once they get their lease back. If they get it back, I think that they'll do something even bigger.
And even the Causeway boat ramp there, we got a several $1 million grant from Florida Inland Navigation, and we've started that process, and Parks is getting that project renovated and additional parking and boat amenities there.
Yeah, and of course we are doing Blind Creek restrooms.
Yes,
we are doing some improvements there. That'll be a paved parking lot. And then it's going to have restrooms, so that park is getting some attention. And then the Frederick Douglass, where the horses are, we've relocated them so that they don't have to go away, because that's a big tourist thing here. And they're a wonderful family, and they've been doing that for a while. So we've relocated them, and then once Frederick Douglass gets redone, they'll be back.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we'll have better amenities once all those stuff are done. I know it's frustrating for the residents to want to go, but we have a lot of other beach accesses. So you just have to show your patience. And speaking of tourism and horseback riding, I know we do have a locals only deal running through the summer.
We do.
It's something, visit stlucie.com/locals only, and you can find discounts on hotels.
There's a lot of stuff on there. There's dinners, buy one, get one at some of the restaurants. Several restaurants have stuff on there. Yeah. So there's a lot of neat little things on there.
If you don't want to stay, if you got family coming into town, you don't want them to stay in your guest room, take advantage of it.
And Charlotte's going to be going to New York for the Mets.
Yep.
That's coming up. And so, and then, we'll go through budget, and then it'll be ready for the holidays.
I know. It'll be there too quick. Well, Commissioner, is there anything else that you want to mention before we wrap up the show? Anything you want to let the folks at home know before
I just, we have great people that live in St. Lucie County, and I know that this year has taken a toll on a lot of people, economically, politically, and, just everybody hang in there. We're going to get through it, and next year is going to be a better year, and it's all going to be behind us, but we have really great people that live here.
We do. And I think, I can say this because I've worked here now 21 years. A lot of the people that work in this county live in this county. They have aunts and uncles and kids in school systems. So we care too,
No, you do. And I say that when I go to the HOAs, I always, you know, they thank me for doing things. I'm like, I'm not the one that does that. You know, I'm just the message carrier.
Yeah.
You're like, you tell me there's the issue, and I take it to staff, and they're the ones that fix it.
Yeah, because like you said, we've talked about this too. Sometimes we don't know. Like, it's hard with 600 square miles. We can't be everywhere at all at once. So if you see something, say something.
And we do. We have a lot of people that walk the beach and they pick up garbage, and they go to the preserves and they pick up, and people that walk their neighborhoods, and you know, the people that help with the homeless. So there's a lot of caring people here.
There are.
Yep.
So, well, Commissioner, thanks so much for taking
Thank
the
you.
time. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll check in with some updates in our Public Works Department.
St. Lucie County completed Phase 1 of the Tilton Road Watershed Improvement Project. This project includes construction of a stormwater conveyance system composed of reinforced concrete pipes and drainage structures to effectively transport stormwater from upstream ditches to the natural drainage slough located on the south side of Dyer Road. The new construction significantly enhances the area's drainage capabilities, ensuring better management of stormwater and reducing the potential risk of flooding of private property and public roadways.
The Public Works Department continues to serve the citizens of St. Lucie County with a solid, dependable infrastructure program. For more information about St. Lucie County infrastructure projects, visit stlucieco.gov.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and we hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to see previously aired episodes of this or other SLC TV programs, visit our YouTube page at youtube.com/stluciegov. For myself and the staff, I'm Eric Gill. Thanks for watching.